Welcome to Nightmare Chronicles. A place where every shadow hides a secret, every silence screams a warning, and every story drags you deeper into the dark. Turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and let the nightmare begin. Evan didn't want the night shift at the Blackwood Motel, but he needed the money. The motel sat off a half-abandoned stretch of highway in western Pennsylvania, the kind of place truckers used before GPS, the kind of place families used before interstates. Now it mostly hosted strangers who didn't ask questions and didn't stay long. 40 years of cigarette smoke stained the office ceiling. The ice machine howled like an animal. The vacancy sign buzzed even when it was turned off. Evan was 24, recently dropped out of college, and sleeping on his sister's couch. When the manager, Mr. Crowley, offered him overnight hours, he took them without thinking. "You won't like it," Crowley had said. "Nobody does." Evan assumed he meant boredom. He would later understand he meant survival. His first 2 weeks were quiet. Too quiet. Cars passed without stopping. The lobby clock ticked too loudly. The security monitors showed empty parking spaces and long, crooked shadows. At exactly 2:17 every morning, the soda machine jammed and spat a single can onto the floor. No one could explain why. On the 15th night, at 11:43 p.m., a silver sedan pulled into the lot. Evan felt relief. A customer meant time would move faster. The driver stepped out slowly. He was tall, thin, and dressed in a dark coat despite the warm night. His hair was wet, as if he'd been caught in rain that didn't exist. When he entered the office, the air felt colder. "I need a room," the man said. His voice was calm, almost gentle. Evan took his ID. The name read, Daniel Harker. The photo didn't look like him. The eyes were wrong. The face too full. The man standing in front of him looked worn, like someone who hadn't slept in years. "One night?" Evan asked. Daniel nodded. When Evan reached for the reservation log, the lights flickered. For half a second, the lobby went dark. When they returned, Daniel was standing closer to the desk. Evan forced a smile and handed him the key to room 6. Daniel took it, their fingers brushing. Evan felt a jolt of cold, sharp as ice water. "Don't open the door if you hear knocking," Daniel said quietly. Evan laughed awkwardly. "Right." Daniel didn't smile back. He turned and walked toward the rooms. Evan watched him until he unlocked the door and stepped inside. For a moment, Evan thought he saw something move behind Daniel in the darkness of the room. Something tall. Something thin. Then the door shut. At 12:30 a.m., the security monitor for the hallway outside room 6 went black. Evan hit the side of the screen. Nothing. At 12:47 a.m., the office phone rang. He answered. Front desk. Static. Breathing. Then Daniel's voice, soft and uneven. "He's standing outside the bathroom door." Evan straightened. "Sir, I didn't let him in. But he knows I'm here." "Who knows you're there?" A pause. "Someone who shouldn't be." The line went dead. Evan grabbed the flashlight from under the counter and headed down the walkway. His footsteps echoed too loudly. The buzzing vacancy sign cut out as he passed beneath it. Room 6, a door was closed. Evan knocked. "Sir, this is the front desk." Silence. He tried again. "Mr. Harker." The handle was cold. When he turned it, the door swung open. The room was empty. The bed was neatly made. The bathroom dry. No bags. No coat. No sign anyone had ever been there. But the air smelled faintly of mildew and something coppery. Evan returned to the office, unsettled but trying to rationalize it. Maybe the guy had stepped out. Maybe he was messing with him. Then he checked the logbook. Daniel Harker's name was already there. Not from tonight. From 3 years ago. Same room. Same time. And next to it, written in red ink that had faded to brown. Did not check out. At 2:16 a.m., someone knocked on the office door. Evan didn't answer. The knocking continued. Slow. Careful. Polite. He watched the security monitors. All cameras showed empty walkways. The knocking moved. From the door, to the wall behind him. Tap, tap, tap. Evan spun. The wall was blank. Then the soda machine screamed and dropped a can. The sound made him flinch. When he looked back at the monitors, one of them showed the inside of room 6. The camera had never worked before. Now it did. Daniel stood in the center of the room, shaking. His eyes were wide. His mouth moved but there was no sound. Behind him, the bathroom door slowly opened. Something thin slid into view. Too tall to be a person. Its limbs bent wrong. Its head scraped the top of the frame. Daniel turned toward the camera. He pressed his hands to the wall. Blood began leaking from his nose. The screen went black. Evan stumbled back, heart slamming. The office phone rang again. He answered without meaning to. "Please," Daniel whispered. "He doesn't knock anymore." A wet sound came through the receiver. Like skin dragged across tile. "He wears the people who stay." Evan dropped the phone. The office door opened. No footsteps. No creak. Just, open. A smell rolled in. Rot. Damp fabric. Old rooms never aired out. Something stood in the doorway. It was tall enough that its head brushed the frame. Its shape changed as Evan looked at it. Faces pressed beneath its surface. Human outlines stretched across it like clothes hung on a rack. One face looked exactly like Daniel. Another looked like a woman Evan recognized from the missing persons board at the gas station down the road. It took a step forward. Evan ran. He didn't stop to grab his jacket. He didn't stop to unlock his car. He sprinted down the highway, lungs tearing, vision tunneling, the buzzing vacancy sign screaming behind him. He reached the gas station at dawn, hysterical, unable to explain what he'd seen. Police went back with him. The motel office was empty. The logbook was gone. Room 6 had been sealed off for years. The manager, Mr. Crowley, had died in 2019. No one named Evan had ever worked there. 2 days later, a state trooper found a phone in the weeds behind the motel. The last voicemail was never deleted. Breathing. Then a young man's voice, whispering. "He's standing outside the bathroom door." The voicemail appeared on Daniel Harper's phone at 3:17 a.m. There was nothing unusual about the notification itself. No unknown number, no strange symbols, just a missed call and a voice message. What made Daniel's stomach tighten was the timestamp. Sent. 3:17 a.m. From Daniel Harper. He stared at the screen, waiting for logic to catch up. "I didn't call myself," he muttered. He almost deleted it. Almost. Instead, he pressed play. At first there was only static, a low hiss, like wind passing through an open hallway. Then came breathing, shallow, uneven. Then his own voice, trembling. "Daniel, if you're hearing this, don't go back to the house." His skin prickled. The message ended abruptly. Daniel sat up in bed, heart pounding. His apartment was dark, silent, familiar. He had lived there for 3 years. Nothing strange ever happened there. The house mentioned in the message wasn't here. It was the one he grew up in. The one that burned down when he was 17. Daniel didn't sleep again. By morning, the voicemail was gone. Not deleted. Just, gone. He searched his call log. Nothing. But the unease stayed with him all day, clinging like smoke in his lungs. By afternoon, he found himself driving north without fully deciding to. Back to Millfield. The town looked smaller than he remembered. Buildings sagged with age, storefronts shuttered. The old gas station where his father used to stop on the way home was boarded up. At the edge of town, a chain-link fence blocked the road leading to where the Harper house once stood. Property condemned, no trespassing. Daniel parked anyway. The fence had been cut and repaired so many times it barely looked secure. He slipped through with ease, heart racing. The house was gone, but the basement wasn't. A blackened concrete stairwell descended into the ground, half filled with rainwater and leaves. The fire had destroyed everything above, but whatever was below had survived. Daniel hesitated, then descended. The air was damp and cold, smelling of mold and old ash. At the bottom, his flashlight beam swept across scorched walls and collapsed beams. Then he saw it, a tape recorder, old, analog, sitting on a concrete shelf, untouched by fire. A red light blinked. Recording. Daniel's breath caught. He pressed stop. The recorder clicked, then whirred softly. Hands shaking, he pressed play. Static. Then footsteps. Then a voice, his voice, younger. Testing. "Mom said I should record everything if it starts again." A memory surfaced. His mother, pacing, nervous, whispering. "Daniel," she had said, "if you hear it, don't answer." The tape continued. "There's knocking in the walls," his younger voice said. "Dad says it's pipes, but pipes don't knock back." A loud thud echoed on the recording. Daniel flinched. The tape cut to a later time. Heavy breathing. His mother's voice now, barely controlled. "It knows we're listening." Another cut. His father. "Whatever you hear, do not go to the basement." Daniel's chest tightened. He remembered the fire. He remembered waking to smoke. He remembered screaming. What he didn't remember was leaving the house. The tape clicked again. Now the voice was older. His current voice. "If you're hearing this, it found me too." Daniel's hands trembled. The flashlight flickered. From somewhere deep in the basement, a sound echoed. Knock. Then another. 3 slow knocks. From inside the walls. Daniel stepped back. "No," he whispered. The knocking grew louder. Knock, knock, knock. Then a voice, muffled, pressed close to the concrete. "Daniel." His name scraped along the walls like a blade. "Come listen." He ran. Up the stairs, through the clearing, back to his car. He didn't stop until Millfield disappeared in his rearview mirror. That night, his phone rang at 3:17 a.m. He didn't answer. A voicemail appeared. This time, it stayed. Static. Breathing. Then his voice, desperate. "It followed me. If you hear knocking, don't answer." A knock echoed through his apartment. Once. Twice. 3 times. From inside the wall behind his bed. Daniel backed away, shaking. "Go away," he whispered. The knocking stopped. Relief washed over him, brief, fragile. Then his phone buzzed again. New voicemail. Same number. His own. The message played automatically. "You already listened." The wall split. Not cracked, opened. A dark seam widened, something moving behind it, pressing outward, learning the shape of the room. Daniel screamed. Neighbors reported strange noises that night. Police found Daniel's apartment empty. No sign of forced entry. No sign of struggle. Only a phone, lying on the floor. On it, a saved voicemail. Sent at 3:17 a.m. From Daniel Harper. Still recording. Breathing. Waiting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this chilling story, don't forget to subscribe for more. Hit the like button to show your support, and click the bell so you never miss a spine-tingling update. Stay curious, and stay safe.